17, potentially 18. And then this last group, you got Jason Lee, Brett Sands, Ben Groen, Jackson Gerard, Keenan Derry, David Small, Keith St. Ange. I mean, it could go anywhere 19 to 20 plus with any of those guys.
Yeah, just scary lining up on the start dock knowing those guys are coming after you.
Yeah, I want to run over the starting dock with a pen and pencil or a pen and a piece of paper and just start asking for autographs when I see the numbers those guys are putting up. Okay, we're getting ready to finalize the open men preliminary round. Again, we're going to take the top 12, and then we're going to run those guys. The top 12, we're going to go to the finals later, the semifinals later in the week. We're going to go from 12 down to 5. Take those 5 after the top 5 scores. So it'll be the top 3 finishers in the semifinals plus the top 2 scores for the 4th and 5th guy between their 2 rounds, the preliminary round and the semifinals, and move those 5 to the finals coming up on Saturday. It's going to be an amazing show here in beautiful Napanee, Ontario, Canada.
Once again, I'd like to thank our platinum sponsor, Lennox Fencing, who has done just everything necessary to host this event. This would not have been possible without their support, and Dwight and the whole Williams family here letting us in their backyard, and they have one of the prettiest backyards around, and this is just the kind of place that every skier on the planet dreams of.
Yeah, we're getting the scores toggling in now. Some solid scores here. We're caught up. We have everyone but Hugo Shaw, but here we go. It's Bryce Storman on top of the leaderboard right now with 16.2. Followed by Brem Allen at 16.0 with Ben Franks also at 16.0. Mikey Caruso, USA, 15.6. Gordy Creteau, Canada, 15.2. James Lean, 15.10 or 1. William Lee, 15.0. We got Tom Heaps and George Weeks tied at 14.8. And Jerry Canoyer, USA at 13.4. Rick Moyes, you're on the bubble right now with 13.0.
We've had some fabulous support for this event locally. We've received some great support from Sport Ontario and the province of Ontario for some funding for this event. Bay Marine, who provides these jet skis that, I mean, nobody wants to ride on these jet skis, but they're a necessary evil because falls happen. But if you do have to ride, these are nice jet skis, and Bay Marine has been really supportive of us over the years here at our tournaments.
I'll tell you, I would like a ride on one of those jet skis, just not during a tournament after one of my passes.
Yeah, you know, a recreational ride on one of those would be nice rather than a come to grief in the middle of your pass ride.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, seriously, Terry, I mean, picture you and I towing them down to the river here, just down 41 and getting on the river and going cruising. That'd be a pretty good time. But, yeah, out here in front of the crowd after one of my passes, probably not my preferred time to ride.
No, you just don't want to be on that. The boat's just finishing off the leveling pass here, making sure after the judge change that everything looks right with the wake for the next group of skiers. We'll give thanks to Gananoque Chevrolet, who provided all the transportation for our officials from the airport pickups and drop-offs and daily shuttles around town. So huge thanks there. Midas Auto Service in Kingston, full-service auto center. Come experience the Midas touch at your next repair if you're in the area. Hardington Equipment, trust them as your knowledgeable, trustworthy source for the equipment you need. They're proud to carry Kubota equipment, Doosan, HLA, Land Pride equipment. You'll see a lot of Kubota on site here. This is kind of the orange versus green over here at the launch ramp area.
Yeah, you know what? Back on the farm in Wisconsin, we have a Kubota park there. Doesn't probably get as much work as the one here done, but they are a fine piece of machinery, I will say. As well as the John Deere.
The setup on this site would not have happened without those Kubotas on site. Just fabulous.
Yeah, they're a great piece of machinery there. All right. So the crowd coming alive here. Here in the Aussies starting to rally behind their guy, Connor Rogers, first guy in the Series 1 group here. Connor Rogers, solid skier, 17.1. That's what this guy put up this year. So here we go, Connor Rogers, Australia.
And the crowd goes wild.
And here we go, left to right. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and some change. Wow, nice run.
I think I got him at 9 even on that one, and that was some of the cleanest you've ever seen. And he just caught up to the boat on his butt slide at the end. Still had enough speed to carry right up to the boat. And the judges agree, 9.0 even on that for a provisional score. That is a vicious pace.
Yeah, we could see a PB here. 17.1 is what Connor Rogers scored in the 2018 New South Wales state titles with a 9 on the board. I'm guessing he's going to push that number even higher. But one thing I noticed, I talked a little bit earlier about Bryce Storman and his foot position, how he skied. Connor Rogers looked to me a lot like Bryce Storman here on this pass, where he kept that foot more straight out in front of him, not as high off the water, but really good transitions, kept it nice and tight. So 9.0, that's doing it the right way.
But there was certainly no question. Those were above the water, clean, and just good pace and clean crossings.
Next skier in the water is going to be USA's Joe Lovato. And these guys, that's, back-to-back going events here pretty much with wake slalom. So a lot of slaloming for a couple of our senior guys today. Here we go. We've got coming in backwards, Connor Rogers of Australia, pass number 2. And he's going to go left to right. And here we go. There's the 1 foot cross. There's number 2. A little bit of a set down on 3. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like he almost got through there on the last one.
Yeah, he's got 8 crossings, but I think there were touchdowns on 3 of those.
Yeah, there was one of them that I'll tell you what. It wasn't the cross. It was the one before that really tanked number. I think it was 4. Number 3, you called it out, Terry. I think there was maybe a little early set down, and then the wheels came off on 4. There was a plant. I mean, that one was obvious. There was a set down right in the middle of the wake, almost on the center line, and then good recovery after that. But that's gonna. Okay, we have a provisional score for Connor Rogers, 16.1. 16.1. The one tag did cost him. He was on a nice pace. He had that 9 forward, looking at setting a personal best. So, unfortunately, that back pass didn't deliver what it had the potential to. So, 16.1, but, solid score at this point. It's going to put – we don't have a score yet for Hugo Shaw, but it's probably going to put right now it would put Connor Rogers in the 4 spot with 9 skiers left to go, 10 skiers left to go. Oh, we do. We do have Hugo now. The score came in for Hugo Shaw just now, 16.6. That is your new leader, 16.6, Hugo Shaw of New Zealand. So we've got a 16.1 for Connor Rogers. That's going to put him in the 3rd spot at this point. And we've got USA's Joe Lovato next on the water. Okay, here we go. Joe Lovato, been over 17 a number of times, even recently this year at the Silverado Challenge in the USA. Going to come up forward on his first pass. Skiing out to the right side. And we're going to put some time to it here. Here we go. Setting up. And there's your cross. First one, 1 foot. There's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and a turn in. So good solid pass for Joe Lovato on number 1. It's getting to the point now where you got to ski both forward and back passes pretty much at your potential, because we're seeing, we just saw Connor Rogers put up a 9. We're going to start seeing 8 9s across the board even as we get towards the end of this set. Sounds like we're getting an 8.2 from the boat for Joe Lovato. Provisional first pass score, good solid score. So again, we're sitting on a 16.6 as the top score right here. We've got 11 skiers in this group. So right now we had that 16.1 for Connor Rogers. I got to believe that 16.6 for Hugo Shaw is going to get him into the next round, the semifinals. Joe Lovato with the 8.2 on the board. Has skied over 17 a number of times, so got the potential to take over the top spot here and lock up a spot in the semifinals in the open division. Here we go. Joe Lovato coming up backwards, skiing out to the left side of the wake. Setting up for cross number 1. And here it comes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, 8 and maybe just past the center line. So like an 8.6.
That may very well be the new leader. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, that could be like a 16.8 maybe provisional. It's going to be close to what Hugo Shaw skied there at 16.6 right now, the top score.
Joe Lovato getting picked up by that watercraft that been donated by Bay Marine. The brand new watercraft pickup boats, one of our gold sponsors.
Do you have a provisional score for Joe Lovato?
Also posted. Series 2 Slalom results are posted.
The Series 2 Slalom results are now posted.
Did you get a number? Yeah, they're giving it back. All right, next skier in the water, we're going to bring out USA's William Farrell.
Still kind of waiting for a provisional score for the boat for Joe Lovato if they had one. That's a 16.4 for Joe Lovato.
Not going to be enough to surpass Hugo Shaw. So I'll tell you what, with that 16.4 and 16.1 that we have right now, definitely going to put Hugo Shaw into the finals. And if the 16.1 sticks, Bryce Storman could very well also find himself into the finals. So here we go. William Farrell coming up forward, pass number 1. And there's the 1 foot forward cross. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like a solid 8. Not sure if we got a turn in there or transition, but definitely an 8. One thing I noticed about Willie, he kind of keeps the hand, pulls that handle in a little bit and holds it a little higher than some of the other skiers. You know, you watch guys like Keith, he likes to keep the handle low and down. Willie's more of a in and out, in and high guy. Breaking up, didn't hear that.
You repeat it back. 7.8.
7.8.
First pass sounds like provisional score of 7.8 for William Farrell. 7.8. So Willie's going to need, 8.2, 8.6, probably 8.6 just to kind of stay alive here.
After William Farrell, we're going to bring out Australia's Peter O'Neill.
We got Joe Lovato up on the screen now. Score went up from a 16.4 provisional to a 16.8, being our new leader. Joe Lovato, the new leader in this race.
Here we go. Skier on the water. William Farrell, USA, pass number 2. Skiing out to the right side of the wake, setting up in the curl. And here we go. There's 1. Holding that foot up nice and high. There's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I heard the alarm go off in the boat at around 8 and a transition in. So it might have been 8 and a turn for Willie. Put him around maybe 16.
Well, it looks like we've got nine skiers left here. We're going to take 12 into the finals. It looks like Joe Lovato is going to be a shoe-in for the final, as well as looks like possibly Hugo Shaw. Connor Rogers is sitting at a 16.1 for Connor Rogers.
Sounds like a provisional score of 15.6 for William Farrell. 15.6 is what we're hearing from the boat. Yeah, so right now, we're seeing it's going to be Joe Lovato, Hugo Shaw, probably Bryce Storman in, and very possible Connor Rogers. These are provisional scores we're getting right now. We still need a firm score for William Farrell, but we've got Peter O'Neill from Australia next on the water.
Okay, 9 skiers left, or 8 skiers left, apologize. Peter O'Neill from Australia coming up forwards. We'll see if he's going to do a positional turn or ski this run out forwards. Looks like he's coming in for a forward pass. There he goes. Nice clean. There's 2. Here's number 3. Number 4, all clean, nice and steady. Number 5 and 6. Here's number 7. We got 8. We got about an 8.6 possibly there, Gus, for Peter. Very clean and solid. It's very steady across the wake.
Yeah, that was a good, solid run. Pete is a very consistently good skier. Every event, he's always usually in the top group and skis very well and consistently. His scores don't fall off. From round to round, you'll see very good, consistent skiing out of Peter O'Neill.
So it looks like possibly, we're down to Bryce Connor Rogers at a 16.1, possibly making it into the second round. Yeah,
that's if you look at it, 11 guys in this division. We've we had some scores coming out of the other groups that were higher than what we have shown here in this top group at this point. So that basically says those guys are moving on to the semifinals. And right now we're sitting on our 4 skiers, so we've got 7 skiers to follow. 7 skiers to follow, so if there's scores out of this group that are higher, then that means that they're going in. And like we said, that's Joe Lovato skied this group. He actually got bumped up in score. We had a provisional 6.4. They came in with a 6.8 after the judges reviewed. Hugo Shaw is a guy that was in one of the other groups, and he's going to move on with a 16.8. And it's looking like Bryce Storman as well at this point. So could go down to Connor Rogers here. I think he might also have a shot. We'll see what the rest of the pack here scores. Coming up past number 2, we got Peter O'Neill. Going to do a position turn to the back and set up for his back pass. We got timer here. There's 1. There's 2. He's flying. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably 9 and 9 solid, I think.
Looking at possible 9 there. Coupled on to a possible 8-6 on the way down. I didn't think I heard the score on the way down, but we counted it somewhere around 8-2 to 8-6. And a 9, that might be our first 17 plus of the day.
Yeah, I would say he probably cracked 17 and some change there. That was a real clean, solid, fast run there for Peter O'Neill. Really did a great job picking that foot up and getting it back down and transitioning through. Really good foot angle, a lot of speed through the cross. You got to be pretty happy with where that's going to put him definitely into the finals with that based on what we're looking at here for scores.
That's a provisional score of 17.1 for Peter O'Neill. That's unofficially the leader now in this open men's slalom, 17.1. They definitely get into the to the next round, the semifinals. We're taking 12, the top 12 scores from this round into the semifinals. So that'll definitely be in. We've got on the dock now for Team USA, Jason Lee. Jason Lee, the rope tightening up. Not sure if he's going to front or back pass first. He's going to come out frontwards. Jason Lee, world champion, I believe it was year 2000 in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Coming up frontwards, world wake slalom champion from, that's 18 years ago. And there it is, crossing number 1. And there's number 2. Number 3 going considerably faster. There's 4 and 5. Very clean. Cross for 6. Number 7. Here we go for 8. Looks like you got a 9, possibly 9-2, 9-6 even, Gus. That was
yeah, it was flying.
Fabulous.
If that's what I'm hearing. That was kind of a comical dismount there for Jason Lee. He's obviously having fun out there, but. Yeah, if that is if you started the timer there, that's a big number. I mean, it was well past 9 when I heard the buzzer go off from what you were counting out. So, that could be a huge score for Jason Lee.
Yeah, very fast, very sort of up on the balls with his feet there frontwards. Looked like at least a 9-2, possibly a 9-6. Very clean skiing for Jason Lee. We're just waiting for the provisional score to come in, if we can hear it. Don't know if we have a score for William Farrell yet. Doesn't look like it up there. Well, a 9, call it a 9-2. Backwards, Jason's a little bit faster than frontwards. I know, so he's got a chance of pushing this thing into the 18 range. Yeah, he's going to do a back deep to come in this pass. And there's the rollover. So Team USA, Jason Lee coming in for his second pass backwards. Getting settled. And there's a cutout, and he's going. There's one, nice and clean. Here's number 2. There's 3 good clean crosses. Number 4. He's got 5. Everything's clean. There's 6, 7. Number 8. Number 9. Looks like a 9 even there.
Yeah,
so
wow.
very potentially 18 plus for Jason Lee, maybe the new leader.
That was a pretty run there. I love how Jason put that foot down at an angle and just came right back, and they were all clean. He picks that foot up nice and high, keeps it nice and tight.
Woo! Looks like we got it, nailed it there, Gus. 18.2 for Jason Lee. He's the new leader in this. Very, very good, clean run. Next up, we got Brett Sands from Australia. Brett Sands, are you going to ski on the regular rope or the long rope?
Do you want to skip high or down low?
Brett Sands, 2004 World Slalom Champion, Open Men's Division, coming back. Well, they'd be about 14 years off, coming back to compete again in the Open Men's Division here in Canada.
Yeah, and he looks like he spanked the snot out of Father Time. I mean, he's winning that battle. This guy here, he hasn't dropped off at all since when I saw him ski in the 2000s. I mean, he's still on top of his game, putting up big numbers. Looks like he always has. I don't know what he was doing in the off years, but I'm guessing it wasn't sitting on the couch eating donuts and crunching potato chips down his throat. I mean, this guy looks like he's still got everything he had 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, he's fit. He's really fit. He looks like he, potentially, as you say, the best shape of your life type thing. But Brett, I think, is taking care of himself and really enjoying a comeback here, so to speak. So Brett Sands, Team Australia, first World Championships 1986. He's back here in 2018. What a great long career. Coming in frontwards. I know Brett's capable of getting up there in the 9s front. Here he is up forward, shaking it out. And there he goes. Cross for 1. Very nice second cross. 3rd, all clean. Here's number 4. Number 5 looking very solid. Here's number 6. Cross for 7. All clean. 8. Looks like an 8-2 with a touch on the way out. Might give him an 8-1.
Okay, yeah, solid run there for Brett Sands. I like it. I like the way he rolls. He keeps that handle down low, the butt down low, handle out. He, you get the consistency when you're not trying to pull it in, and he keeps that handle out there. Picks that foot up nice and clean, both sides. Good solid pace there. Here's a guy back in would have been 2000. This would be back in the Fergus Falls days. Put up a 20, and you've talked about it. He waked a 20 there. He waked a 20, another 20 that season. Back in the 98 World Championships, 20.4, 20.8. I mean, this guy can do it. He's, former world record holder, right, in this event. So he's got the wherewithal and the skills to put up some big numbers and make it to the podium here, not just in the senior class, but in the open division.
Yeah, most definitely. He's got potentially an 8-1 or so on that first pass. So Brett's capable, easily can come down here another 8, 8-5, 8-9, and he's up for getting into the semifinals. He'll be getting up forward again, doing a positional turn, and then coming in the course backwards. Here's a 10-second call. Okay, Team Australia. This is Brett Sands skiing for Australia, looking to post their first slalom score on the board or second slalom score on the board. Not sure where they're at, but here he is coming in the course. Turn to the back, getting settled, and there he goes. Nice and high with that 1 foot. There's 2 crosses already. Number 3, no doubt on these. There's number 4, a clean 5. There's 6, 7. He's smoking. Here's number 8, going across for 9. He's turning back. Wow. He almost made it out for 10. It looked like a 9.6, 9.8 maybe even. Could be.
That was an absolute privilege to watch right there. What a run for Brett Sands. Just flying back there and so in control on every cross. Picking that thing up, putting it down, but just, I mean, it looked like a postcard back there. It was just beautiful to watch that run. The epitome of perfection, I think, is what we think of there with Brett Sands and his back pass.
Oh, that back slalom was beautiful for Brett Sands. Waiting for the provisional score, but could be upwards, in the high 17s, maybe an 18. Brett Sands, provisional score, 17.9. Might have got caught on a cross, not sure. Looked like a, 17.9, looked like a little over 18 for me, so he might have got dropped on one of his crosses.
Yeah, it was still 9+ right on the back because I think what we hear was it an 8.2 forward or something like that. So
yeah, 8.2, 8.1,
yeah,
8.2. That's a heavy back pass. He's got 9 and inside. So next on the water from Australia, we go to New Zealand. Team New Zealand, Ben Groen on the water for the slalom. Contender for the men's overall. Got a very big jump, got a very close to maybe a personal best in tricks this morning. He's on fire, he's skiing great, he's in shape. Let's see what Ben Groen can do in this slalom event.
Ben Groen's put up 18+ a number of times in just his last outing here at the U.S. Nationals, 18.6. So he's got a legitimate shot here at taking over the lead.
Yeah, the leader now, I guess, was that 18.2 for Jason Lee. Ben Groen coming in the course forwards. There he goes, nice and clean. There's 2, cross for 3. There's number 4. He's going pretty quick. Here's number 5. All clean. 6 clean crosses. Here's number 7, 8. Hoping to get a 9. He got about an 8.6 on that, I would say.
Yeah, that's about what I would say, Richard. Looked like he was right around the center line there behind the boat.
Yeah. He was. I think he was wanting to be really, really clean, wanting to post the score, maybe to get in the finals, semifinals, but also get something up there in the overall so that he can work with and move forward. Very thankful to have these Sanger boats. Sanger Boats, a sponsor of this event, gold sponsor, and Inmar Engines. Just a beautiful, beautiful boat. The wake, the skiers have got the best, wakes in the world right now to ski behind this World Championships on just some phenomenal conditions. The water's been just perfect the entire time of this tournament. So great temperature, great water, great boats. The playing field is as best as it can be set.
With we got 4 skiers to go after Ben Groen.
Yeah, we got Jackson Gerard, Keenan Derry, David Small, and rounding it out, the current world record holder Keith St. Ange will be the last one off the dock. Well, Ben Groen getting up forward.
Right now, it's looking like I think Connor Rogers' last one in is kind of how it's shaping out, depending on how the rest of the group skis. If they all hit the scores they should.
There's Ben, turn to the back, comes in the course. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. There's 4. There's 5, skiing very clean. 6 crossings. Here's number 7. No doubt on these. Number 8, Here's number 9. We didn't get a time on this. Number 10, all clean. He's got somewhere around, I would call it probably a 9, 9 plus in that run. We'll wait for the score from the boat. But Ben Groen, great performance. He's got to be happy. Three events done for the elimination round. Looks like he's pushed himself into the semifinals in all 3 events with very, very good scores. He's looking great for the overall. So that's a 17.6 provisional score, 17.6. So that would equate to being about a 9.95 or so on the on that run. Maybe a 9 even.
Yeah, we'll see where that falls once the judges review. Right now, Brett Sands just a notch above at 17.9. That's 17.6. Obviously going to get Ben Groen into the semifinal. So congratulations to Ben. We're going to bring out next skier on the water, USA's Jackson Gerard.
Yeah, we still haven't seen our internet results refresh. We're still looking for William Peter O'Neill's score and Jason Lee, Brett Sands haven't got that refreshed yet, so they're still preliminary.
Yeah, I think all those guys have skied. Above that 16 is the threshold. If you're above 16 right now, that's what's going to get you into the next round. With Connor Rogers, 16.1, I think is the bubble. He's in at that as of right now. So it's going to 4 more skiers to go here, though. Anything's possible.
Jackson Gerard on crossing number 3, all clean. There's number 4. He is smoking down this run. There's 5. Here's 6. Number 7, foot nice and high. Here's number 8, crossing for 9. Looks like possibly a 9.2 to 9.6. Great clean skiing for Jackson Gerard, the current men's world record holder in the trick event.
Yeah, that was a good solid run there. That was, I would agree. I think where I saw the foot at the alarm was right around the center line area there. So good solid first pass there for Jackson Gerard.
So he may have got that 9.6. Good run to set him up.
Okay, we got some new scores coming in here. We got a 18.2 for Jason Lee, which is what we heard as the provisional, and we've got a 17.9 for Brett Sands, which is where we understood the provisional to be. So congratulations to those 2 skiers for making it to the semifinals. Not yet. Usually it's spinning right now, so I think it's trying to. See, I'll just do it myself.
We'll see what our leaderboard looks like. Just trying to refresh the results, but. So Brett Sands 17.9, Jason Lee 18.2, Ben Groen waiting for the score. Provisional was 17.6.
Jackson Gerard on the water, coming up backwards. Deep water starts, setting up on the right side of the wake in the curl for pass number 2. And there we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and a turn in. Wow. Jackson Gerard flying down the lake with that pass. Woo!
Wow. That was a 10 and a turn, maybe even a 10.6. Hard to tell. They looked all clean. He was skiing tight to the wake, but they did look clean. He's got his foot up high.
Yeah, he generated a lot of speed. Boy, I was so impressed with the speed at which he was getting through the wake.
Wow. We just got a provisional score from the boat of a 19.8 for Jackson Gerard. Now, if that holds tight, that would be a new pending junior world record in the slalom event. But we'll have to wait and see after the judges' review. But 19.8 provisional score, now our number 1, our leader.
Yeah, there's no limit to the ceiling for Jackson Girard. He had a 19.3 at the U.S. Nationals, and that 19.8 is the best number he's ever put up in a tournament in wake slalom. And wow, he was flying back there. This is going to be a great semifinal and final for. I mean, it's going to get interesting here. These next three guys are all capable of going over 20. And they have.
Yeah. Next up from Australia, give him a hand, Keenan Derry. Keenan Derry, number 1 seed in jump right now, the biggest jump. Trick, very close to his personal best. He's having a great tournament coming in the course. We'll see if he's going to start with a front pass. Looks like he's going to come in frontwards. He's capable of getting in way past 9 front. And there's the start. There's one clean one. Number 2, coming across for 3. There's 4 clean crosses. Number 5, 6, a little lower on one side than the other. There's number 7. Here's number 8, getting really low. There's a cross for 9. Looks like it might have just made the 9 or maybe an 8-8 on that. I don't know. I might have punched our timer up here in the announcer's booth a little quick on him or a little late. So we'll have to wait for the provisional.
Yeah, that was a good, solid run there for Keenan. Like I say, he's posted 20. So the idea here is just put up a solid score, make it into the next round, and we'll go from there. So, again, we'll take 5 into the finals. The way he's skied and been skiing and has skied in the past and proven himself, I would say he's pretty much, if he skis what he's capable of, it's a kid I expect to see in the finals.
Yeah, I definitely expect to see Keenan in the top 5 final. It's kind of anybody's game, but that's a solid run. He's a backwards. I know he's extremely solid, so we could see him push out a 9 to 10 here, and get up in that 18 to 19 range easily. So we got 2 skiers left after Keenan Derry at these Lennox Fencing 2018 World Barefoot Waterski Championships. Our premier sponsor, Lennox Fencing, owned by Dwight and Michelle Williams, hosting us here at Dream Lake. We thank them very much for not only hosting us, but creating an environment that's so comfortable to be in, and to being the premier sponsor on top of that. We have Keenan Derry at the far end of the lake, doing a front deep, and he's coming back for his back slalom pass. Looks like almost a 9 in the first pass. Turn to the back, getting set up, and there he goes, nice and clean. There's number 2. He's going pretty quick. There's 3 and 4. Here's number 5, all clean. Number 6, he's smoking. Here's number 7. This is going to be an 8, a 9, and where's he going to end? 10. 10-2, 10-6 possibly?
Wow.
We got him doing a 10-2 minimum. It could be a 10-6.
Yeah, this is crazy. What we're seeing, these back passes are insane. The speed, these guys, the agility, how quickly they're planting and getting through the wake and in control. Every single cross is dialed in perfectly. You don't see any bobbling or any shooting wide.
Well, we just got a provisional score for Keenan of 19.4. He'll be happy with that as a elimination round score, getting him into the next round. He knows he can push it a little further than that for sure.
He did do a 19.4 at the Silverado Challenge in the Western U.S. in June, and skied the Western Regionals, had a 19.1. So he's right at 19.4. He's only had one score. He did put up a 20, as I mentioned earlier. He did do a 19.4 back in 2016. So he's been over 19 a number of times, hit 20. But let's take a look at the scores there. I mean, 19.4 for him, 19.8 for Jackson Girard. To me, that's a preview of what we're going to see in the finals. It's going to be the finals and the semifinals. I mean, these guys are within a half a cross of each other on, 2 feet kind of deal. I mean, when you think of 1 foot, they're one zone away from taking over a medal from each other.
They are. It's going to be a tight race. I mean, looks like, from the looks of it here, if these provisional scores hold up, Jackson, Girard, Keenan Derry, both going to be in the finals, both potentially getting on the podium in the slalom event. We've got David Small on the water right now. Great Britain, Team GB, David Small, many-time world trick record holder, jump record holder, overall gold medalist, on the podium in slalom. He wants to push up another solid score for his overall. And there he goes. Nice and consistent like the other guys. The foot's held up high. There's 3. Here's cross for 4. Number 5, 6, 7 clean crosses. There's number 8. A little bit of bobble. There's number 9. I'm getting him, if I counted correctly, that looked like it was almost a 9-8.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You kind of that one where you mentioned a bobble. I don't know if that was a touch or not. Do you think he kept that off the water?
I think he kept it up. I
Okay.
think he did well, but he just slowed down slightly. But I think I counted that as being like a 9.6 to 9.8. I could be a little high, but that's what I had with the timer. So if that's the case, then he's potentially going to be in the 19 range also. Like you said, Gus, these guys are, within one zone of each other, or, a turn back sort of thing is going to be the difference between a medal or not medal, or the gold medal, silver medal.
Yeah, I read Keith's his memoir on nationals and what the position he found himself in going up against Jackson Girard and what he had to do. I mean, he was trying to squeeze, like 0.4 out of his run, and he's done it so many times out of his wake run. That was the difference and you saw the scores, the overall title at the end, 4 points out of a possible 3,000, and it came down to Keith saying, I got to drive my foot harder on one of my crosses. I mean, that's the difference in this game, is it comes down to fractions of seconds and fractions of crosses, and the outcome, it's so unpredictable with this group of guys. It's going to be an amazing week here.
Yep, I got to say this last bunch of skiers, almost this entire group, very solid, very consistent, all stand-up passes. I haven't seen anybody go down. Might have been a bobble or two, but these are all potentially right up where they normally ski or personal best, which is great to see. So Dave Small getting ready for pass number 2. Not sure what the score was in the first one, but we calculated it out to be 9+, so he's got about a 9.2, 9.6 first pass. All right, David Small coming in forward, going to do a positional turn. There it is. He's backwards. And there's crossing number 1, nice and solid. Number 2, he's crossed for 3, 4. Looks all clean so far. That's number 5, number 6, 7. There's 8. There's 9. Looks like he might have got a 9.8 out of that. Not sure. And a couple of those were close, Gus. I think a little bobble here and there, and they might have been too tight.
Yeah, he had a good pace going there. He definitely is a fast skier back there. Throws it all out there. There's nothing conservative in David Small's runs. He's every time he skis, he's trying to.
We just got the provisional score from the boat, and gosh, you were right. These guys are separated by a turnback or so. That's a 19.6 for David Small.
Yeah, right now we're looking at Jackson Girard top score 19.8. There's David Small 19.6, 0.2. That's we're talking on a 1 foot cross, a transition, and that's it.
That's right. Getting out or the turn back is all it is.
There's no margin for error going into the next round and the round after that. It's going to get tight.
Yeah. So we got Jackson Girard's score up from the judges now at a 19.8. Still waiting for what looks to be the Ben Groen score. Unless he's got a
we got Ben
17.6. He's in.
So he's in.
Brett Sands has got that 17.9. Jason Lee 18.2. Haven't seen.
There we go. We got Ben Groans entered in the composite. And Jackson Gerard on top. So here we go. We got 2 left.
Good. We got on the water Keith St. Ange from the USA, Team USA.
Still waiting for a Keenan Derry score here.
Keith St. Ange, the current world record holder in the slalom event. Turn into the back. Going to start his run on the backside. There he goes. Doesn't even pull out. He just goes straight at the wake. There's 3 coming back for 4.
5.
All clean. Look how high that foot is. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 6.
Wow.
10, 6 on the backside.
Yeah, that was crazy. Almost an 11 there. Unbelievable pass there by Keith St. Ange, world record holder in this event, showing why right there on that pass. That was flying. Yeah, he's, I mean, that's going to position him to crack 20 here with what he just threw down. That was a solid run for Keith St. Ange.
Yeah, it looked like a 10-6 to me. I'd wait to hear the provisional from the boat, but if that was a 10-6 and he comes back with a 9-6, he's over 20. We've got more skiing to go after these open men. We're going to be doing I believe, a redo of a couple of events. Had an option to the skiers. Had a technical problem with some of the equipment, so going to allow the skiers the option of going out again on equipment that is technically correct this time.
So Keith St. Ange, world record holder at 20.6.
Many-time world slalom champion, I believe. Maybe probably more world slalom titles than any other athlete in barefoot water skiing. He had a really good trick run today. Solid, not his best, but he had up in the high 11s, I think, almost 12,000 points. He's looking good there. I believe Keith's made the second round of jump, and he is obviously the favorite in the slalom event, but he's going to want to squeeze everything he can out of this to kind of push that overall just a little ahead of his competitors. So here he is, forward, Keith St. Ange getting down low, and there it is. Cost for 1, number 2. He is going fast. Here's 3. Here's 4, 5. Here's 6, 7. Nice and clean, not a bobble. Number 8, number 9. Cross for 10. Looks like a 10 for Keith St. Ange. Not sure, but looked like he did 10 forward crossings.
You know what? When you add those together, that's pushing that world record right there.
That is. That was, if that's a 10 and possibly a 10-6 on his backside.
Yeah, that was crazy. 10 and 10, 10 plus and 10 plus possibly. It's going to be interesting to see what.
Well, they had a little bit. I couldn't understand a little problem in the first pass, but so far the boat is saying the provisional score for Keith St. Ange is 20.8.
That is a pending world record provisional score, but if that sticks, that's a pending world record.
Couldn't quite understand, but the boat made clarification. Something about the first run might have been time, but they said potentially 20.8. But we'll have to wait to see what.